What is going on, Confused Gaming? What's going on? What's going on, Lord Nova Hole? Dark Luigi in the house. It's a pleasure to see you guys. We're gonna jump into game number 2 of this best of 5, which means the first player to 3 wins consecutive or not gets the gold. They get cake. Golden cake. Alright, we're not gonna do that joke again. At the top left, Kuri. Apparently he loves Indian food. No, stop it. We're not doing that joke either. At the bottom right is going to be BCN.TzC. Say that 3 times. Dare ya. Pretty big map. However, this map isn't a 4-player map. I feel like Kuri really lucking out last game when he was able to scout initially and so fast with his initial probe, 9 probe moving out. That gave him a really nice position to do that thing that he did. A nasty, a filthy 8 gate plus 1 attack on 2 bases. Oh, have you no shame? TzC showing he has just about as much shame as we saw in his semifinals game, where he rushed out speed, massling on 1 basis versus a poor, unbeknownst Terran player. And it worked. Oh, it worked so well. Oh, I imagine TzC must have felt so dirty after that. We're going to see a pretty early pool going down right about now. We are only at 14 supplies, so the hatchery should go down as well. This little drone doesn't trust a probe further than he can throw it. So make sure no pylons are going down at this point in time. 1 pylon, setting up the wall. 1 probe, setting up the nexus, as both players look like they're about to expand at just about the same time. Yeah, Kuri's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Good guy, Kuri. Yeah, and these expansions going down at just about the same time here. Fort's going to go down immediately after. We're stuck on 17 supply because we need these buildings down. We did see a relatively fast, a 14 pool. Well, actually, it was probably further than 14, faster than 14. We did see a relatively fast pool, and this probe wants to see if these little eggs, these little cocoons, are popping out zerglings or drones, as that is so important because that lets good old Kuri know how fast he needs his cannon to go down, how fast he needs to defend this wall that he has built, and we'll see. Third base for either of these players could be incredibly risky. One of, the natural third base over here, just your average third base, so much ground to cover. And then this other third base, so much ground to cover. Even more ground, I would say. Those really are the only possibilities for a third. And this probe checking out the third of his opponent is going to see that this drone wants a piece of it. Gonna delay it. He does get the cancel, and these 2 lings doing their work. Imagine. Uh-oh. Actually, TzC kind of looks like he doesn't actually want that third. And I think Kuri has sniffed it out also. He saw clearly that this third isn't being taken. So Kuri knows he needs to get into the space any means possible, and these lings are just hanging out waiting for him. Without the speed boost of the creep, this drone is going to get in a little further than TzC would have liked. Kuri seeing the double gases. The natural doesn't see much on the natural. No gases on natural, but he does see the double gases in the main here. There's something going on here. The layer is just now starting, but Kuri doesn't know that yet. Back over here, we do see some more photon cannons. At least 1 more photon cannons. Kuri doesn't know if he's going to be dealing with some kind of roach rush or something else altogether here. He can only assume the layer is going down, and what layer will mean for a lot of the time is that a Nidus Canal is going to be plopped into his base. Let's see. We don't have any overlords over here where we could sneak a super sexy Nidus. So I think a Nidus actually isn't. I don't think there's any chance that a Nidus is going to be what we see. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I saw a Spire go down. I didn't see a Spire go down? No. We're going to see some Roach Warrens going down. But here's a Stargate. Could this be some kind of Stargate 2-base play? Alright, well, I think Curry's going to be a little worried to expand too fast here because he sniffed out that there's no third going down. And does he... Okay, I was about to say, if he had this tower, TzC has this tower. This tower is incredibly important because TzC could have easily have expanded to this third instead of this other more convenient third. Things moving out across the map here. And we got Phoenixes going out here. Some roaches being made here. No third quite yet. The double gas is not going down up until... Well, we got one gas on the way. Speed and the attack upgrade on the way. And I think what we are going to see is a quick and dirty roach attack coming out here. Spores going down as this Phoenix engages the Overlord. Spores will keep these drones pretty safe as long as the Phoenix count doesn't get too high. 3 gates going down here. 4 gates total and a robotics facility going up. This Phoenix just looking down on these poor Zerglings. Well, what are you up to? What are you up to? These Lings actually. What are they up to? I don't know what these Lings are. This is a really interesting placement for these Lings. This is really interesting. I think he's trying to keep an eye on the Phoenixes that run around the map. Maybe. And here comes some roaches moving on across the field here. These Phoenixes aren't going to be that... These Phoenixes aren't going to be that effective against roaches. But the Phoenixes will be able to scout the roaches as they make their way a little more than halfway across the map. These sentries running on back home. I think they're going to be fine though. One goes down as they do try to shuffle around. But that third Nexus has no chance of surviving. At the same time, TzC isn't worried about that third Nexus. I think TzC wants to end the game right here, right now. Some very nice force fields, cutting these roach numbers in half. And right now, it really looks like that Curry just has too much firepower that these roaches can deal out. Even though these roaches do have that +1 armor as they come out of the womb. Is this +2? No, this is +1 armor coming out. Oh, buddy's gonna hurt. Sentry's moving forward, trying to protect this Nexus here. The force field power, will it be enough? These poor Phoenixes are out of energy. All they can do is watch. These are the voyeurs of the third base. And no third base coming out from TzC. Right now, TzC is stuck on a low economy. And he's going to have a tough time going into this mid-game. As Curry clearly wants to bring it to a mid-game. As he has his third expansion. And he has it down. It's going to hurt. Those Zerglings are trying so hard, says Mezozem. Alright, so coming up, in a response to seeing these Hydras, seeing those sentries, we're seeing a substantial amount of Hydras. Did I say seeing those Hydras? I meant seeing those Phoenixes. We see a substantial amount of Hydras moving out across the field. This is all of the gas that TzC has been able to accumulate. And I don't know. I think it's going to be too little too late, but at the same time, we don't see Colossus Tech on the way. Okay, well, we see the Colossus Tech available. We see it trying to be on the way. He's going to need a few more pylons before that happens. Maybe, by some miracle, if we can attack before that Colossus comes out, we might have a slightly even battle here, but at the same time, that third base... Got 2 cannons there and only more cannons coming. The attack is going to arrive before the Colossus, so we'll see just how true those words were. Lots of force fields in the background as we are seeing a direct engagement. That mothership core, where is it? A little bit of damage from that mothership core could be more than enough to scare TzC away. And right now at this point, this is looking like an uphill battle here for TzC with very limited amount of options until this third hatchery can get into play. But even then, he wants a 4th hatchery to match his opponent's third Nexus. These 4 Phoenixes gonna rule the airs. Could sweep in and try and get some more scouting information, as well as the hallucinated Phoenix, as well as this pesky Observer. TzC, I'd have been a little worried about Burrow being used in an early attack. 4th hatchery. This other base not going to be taken. And really TzC repositioning himself to go at the Nexus another way. He did get the Nexus pretty low on health. It actually would be quite a boon to be able to power down that Nexus, but Kuri is not going to leave its side, not for a moment here. And this army just looking far too small. Oh, let's look at the supplies here. We got 164 to 136. TzC is going to be on full-on retreat pretty soon here. And these Phoenix do not care. They do what they want. Grown independent women right there.
Like they didn't have a chance.
4th hatchery going down, still avoiding taking this this position right here. A macro hatch as well, and a huge attack going down here. Oh, buddy, we need some swarm hosts. We need some brood lords. We need some free units to even out the supply count. So many force fields. It looks like a peninsula of force fields have arrived to make that hurt.